Hey everyone, so AIVolt saw that I was happy with the last electric pressure washer that they sent me, which I truly was. You go see that review. So they offered to send over this battery-powered, super portable pressure washer. And I gotta say, it's pretty good, okay? So what I'm gonna do in this review is do an unboxing, show you all the different accessories it comes with, attach them, show you how that goes. Do some spray washing on my car. Got some bricks to wash, some siding to wash. I'm gonna try it on my flooring in here. There's a number of things I want to try this on. So stay tuned and check it out. Also, check out my other video on the electric pressure washer, plug-in style. So let's look at a few things real quick before we try it out. Here you've got your hose to dip into your water supply, and this just connects to the bottom here. It just pushes right on. It's got a fitting here. You pull this out and it comes off, no problem. Battery's pretty slick. It's got this cover here. That's where you plug the charger into, and at first I thought this was strange to not have like a charging station. I was like, boy, that's weird, because this just plugs right into your battery here, right? Well, yeah, it seems weird, but you know what? This is way better. You don't need that extra little charger thing. You just take this, plug the battery into this, and plug it in. I like it. This, you've got your little water cap thing here to keep this dry. If I can get that back in there. Got to make sure that that's sealed, because you don't want to get that wet. And then plug that in. This is your extension if you need it. Everything goes in here, turns. This one actually has a lock on it. Once you get the extension in there, these actually, some of these have to go in, like if you can't get it in one way, you put it like here. This won't go in this way. Put it in this way. But yeah, this has got the nice swivel head. Swivels this way, swivel the pattern that way. Pretty nice. Here you can connect this here, and you've got all your different choices. Zero, which is like it's a super pressure single stream, and this is a 20 degree. This is the same 20 degree, but it's got a little bit of an offset, 40 degree pattern. You've got your foam, and then your shower, pretty slick. This on the bottom is for the soap. I'll show you that, but that goes right in there. And then, yeah, all of these you can either connect to the extension or directly to the gun. Then you got this mesh bag thing, throw all the accessories in there, and yeah, it looks like the gun would fit in there too. Kinda, sorta. Yeah, it kind of fits a little bit. Okay, among all of my overgrown bushes here, we've got some dirty bricks. Let's see how this does with just straight power washing. I'm going to put this, I'm going to start it on the 40 here. And all we should have to do is drop this into the water supply here, bucket. And let's see how long it takes to siphon this out. Because right now we got a lot of air in this line. Well, there it goes. See the water running through the line. And it's getting up here. Oh, there we go. Okay, I gotta say, it's doing even more than I thought. I mean, I figured with this battery power we weren't going to get a lot of pressure, and being on 40 degree, I think we were going to get that much at all. All right, let me try 20 degree with this, the little, just one side of the 20 degree, or the little angle off there, so see what happens. Always have safety glasses. That's not bad. That is not bad. That is not bad. It's doing better than I thought, honestly. This is 20 degrees also, but the pattern should be a little different. Alright, let me put this on 0 and see what kind of a pattern this is. Usually 0 is kind of risky. Yeah, that's risky. Yeah. So that's a really risky pattern because it shoots a lot of pressure in a really small area. So if you're trying to clean something using this pattern, it's really difficult to do. Honestly, I kind of wish they had like a 10 or a 15 degree pattern, because yeah, while the 0 can really clean, I really got to clean this lawn up. But anyway, it's probably pretty good for like this face area, but when you get a large flat surface like this, I wouldn't mess with it. Stick with like the 20. Yeah, you got to be careful with pressure washers. As soon as you get off of the brick or whatever you're on, whether you go from brick to here, we got a lot of water and grass. Here from brick to mud, things just go flying everywhere. One of the reasons to have safety glasses, and another to just be careful. You're going to make a giant mess wherever. The water's going to come back at you. It's going to splash on anything else that might be clean. Anyway, just something else to be careful with pressure washers. But yeah, the 0, you got to be real careful with what you use it on. But you know, this is not bad. You know what, let me put the extension on here, because one of the downsides to this over using a normal pressure washer, they have a longer reach, so you don't have to get all the way down here and you know, be this close to it. So let me get the extension on here. Okay, so here's the extension. Put that in, and then you've got to turn it to lock it. See these graphics, lock, unlock. Put this in here. Okay, now we've got a longer reach. Okay, so we can see here it's doing an okay job, way better than you could with a normal spray hose, obviously. But the electric pressure washer that I had used before was getting the bricks way cleaner with a 20 degree head. Again, you could hit this with the 0, but you know, it's, like I said, it's a little bit risky. These have not been cleaned in forever, so all the moss, this looks like a lot of moss and stuff on here. It's really having a hard time getting that off. But the electric pressure washer, again, go see that video. It really didn't have a problem cleaning that up with the 20 degree head. It did a pretty good job. 20, I think maybe a 15 degree head. So this one, yeah, not so much, but that's to be expected. Okay, so I had this bucket, maybe, I don't know, filled up to maybe about here, and just cleaning these amount of bricks off here pretty much went through the bucket. So it's good in one way that you are kind of more portable when you just have a bucket, meaning you don't have to have a hose running to wherever you're going. And let's say you have some other water supply that you could use, maybe a lake or something, you don't need to bring a hose to it, okay? However, then you're filling up a bucket all the time. So there's always a downside to these things, right? Get rid of a hose, you'll run out of water more often, but you're portable. So you gotta keep that in mind. Could you hook a hose up to this? Okay, so this is interesting because this seems like it would fit. It's the same size, you know, the same diameter, but it won't quite thread on correctly. And if you look at the threads here, you know, if you want to, sometimes I do this to compare threads. Not sure how well this is showing up, but you can see that these threads, they're not exactly the same. This is a slightly finer thread than your typical hose, So while you could screw this on, you're going to cross thread this and really mess it up. So this is not designed for connecting a hose to. Now you could probably get some kind of adapters to do that. Not sure how well that would work. It seems like it would work, but anyway, it's not made for that. By the way, this is a filter element here, and you're going to want to make sure you keep this on. This is obviously a large filter thing, keep out large junk, and then there's a slightly well, there's a finer filter in there, and you definitely want to keep that on, because even if you fill a bucket or whatever, things get in there. Things will, you know, I've already got some pieces of grass in there, and you don't want that to get sucked up into the pressure washer. That cannot be good for the motor. Also, if you're not getting a good pressure out of there, check your hose, make sure it's not kinked, and check this to make sure that it's not clogged. Okay, the electric pressure washer I have had a harder time with the sidewalk than it did with the brick. So let's see how this does. I don't expect it to do well, honestly. Kind of did better than I thought, but as you can see, the pace is pretty slow. It's not bad, actually. Not that bad. Not the best, but it's definitely not that bad. But yeah, would I want to do the entire sidewalk with this? You know, maybe not. If it's all I had, okay. Also, let's do a battery check. Yeah, see, the battery's already low. I did charge it to where I had 3 bars, but I only charge it for a couple hours. So as soon as I saw like 3 bars, I was done. Maybe there's a little bit more charge to be added. Then we got this attachment, which rotates in a couple different ways. So rotates this way, and then also this way, which will then, you know, then will rotate the pattern of the spray. And that is pretty cool, because you can get into areas, maybe, well, you know, this isn't a great example, but anyway, you can get into areas maybe like your gutters or something like that, who knows. But it's pretty nice to be able to change the pattern, rotate it around. And this acts, from what I could tell so far, like that 20-degree option on that other nozzle. So here, let me show you how this one works. We've got a spot here that's, I'm not sure how well it's showing up on the camera, but this is pretty dirty. It's honestly, it's embarrassing, okay? We've got a part of the house here in the corner that's just, it just doesn't get cleaned that often. And a hose doesn't really clean it that well to begin with. So let's see what this does. This isn't, it's not horrible dirt, it's not moldy or anything like that, but it should clean up pretty well with this. Let's see what happens. Let's bring it in a little closer. I'm not sure if I got everything up here. I sprayed up here pretty quickly. Honestly, just spent way less time cleaning all this up here. Got a little bit closer down here, and you can see there's some stuff. I need to spend a little more time with it, but I wanted to show, I'm gonna leave this part of the video in real time. Sometimes, like with my electric pressure washer, when I was doing some tests, I sped them up. Just to show in real time what you can clean off in that amount of time. And you can see it just, you know, when you spray, start up at the top and work your way down, because all the junk that you push off of that you pressure wash off of the wall starts coming down, and it ruins everything that you just cleaned. And here, to give you an idea of how dirty it was before, it looked like that. Now we're down to this, and a lot of this will come off. Some of this is loose, but some of it also, you know, you're gonna have to spend, or I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more time with, you know, like here. Alright, I hope it's not too windy out here and the audio comes out alright, but I've got, you know, like I showed you, put just a little bit of that foam cannon soap in there and the rest water, got it up to about there. Let's see what this thing does. All we got to do is connect this here, just like a, boy, it's not even a quarter turn. And then we set this to, oh, you know what? Let me put this on shower first. Let me take this off. Let me set this on shower, and I want to see what that looks like. I'm just going to do the wheels right now. Yeah, that is not much pressure at all. I'd rather hit the wheels and tires first with like a 40. By the way, I did ceramic coat these wheels. Check out that video, because ceramic coating these wheels was a really good idea, and that they stay cleaner and they are way easier to clean. All right, so now that I've blown off some of the bigger dirt, let's put this on and see what this does. And I'm going to set this to foam. All right, so slightly foamy, I guess, but I wouldn't call that foam. That is nothing close to foam like from a real foam cannon. It's just kind of blowing soap onto whatever you want to put soap on. Let's look at this. You know, that's not straight soap, but I wouldn't call it foam like a foam cannon that you see. Hey, it does get some soap on the car or whatever you're throwing it at. It works. It's not going to replace your foam cannon, that's for sure. Yeah, let's rinse this off. So speaking of foam cannons, I do have a test coming up pretty soon. I have this highly rated foam gun that you use, just basically connect it right to your hose. So it's like hose kind of pressure. It's not like pressure washer pressure. It's pretty good, all right? This thing's pretty good. Then I have a Griot's foam cannon here, and connected to my pressure washer. And yeah, if you can imagine, this works really well. And then might as well compare it with this also, you know, with this portable, and see the differences. Okay, so let's talk usage. How much cleaning did I get done on one battery? These bricks here, cleaned kind of the front. Yeah, a little sketchy over here, not so much cleaning. I was just over here when it stopped, so I'm kind of going in reverse order. Over here, we cleaned up this here, not as much up here, but you know, did a pretty decent job down here. Here, and this sidewalk, just this strip right here, from the crack over to that, obviously, this to the clean dirty line. Okay, we came over here, we cleaned up a little bit here. Yeah, mostly just a little bit over here. Okay, sprayed a little soap here, if you remember. Soaped up the tire pretty nice, the wheel and tire. See what a job that did. It's pretty good. I didn't actually touch it. Okay, over here on this floor, I was playing around here. I was doing a bunch of pressure washing here. By the way, this floor, I did a bunch of videos on this garage floor, if you care to look at those. I love this floor, and I really thought that the pressure washer was just going to really clean this floor up. Turns out the pressure washer does not work on this material very well. I mean, it worked, but I thought it was going to be able to get these stains out really well, and it didn't. The soap alone actually works on this. I was shocked. And it wasn't just this portable pressure washer. I used the electric pressure washer on it too, which has, you know, a lot more power than the portable one. It really didn't do anything to this. So anyway, just out of curiosity, if you'd like to know. So anyway, played around, pressure washed that, pressure washed a little over here. That was about it. So I don't know if I had to guess, you know, and I was playing around with the spraying, you know, looking at the patterns, things like that. Not a whole lot, but there's some of that in there too. Straight pressure washing, maybe 20 minutes, maybe. I'll have to review the video. Probably I'll look at the video and I'll time it out. I'll put down here about how much actual pressure washing time there was. But yeah, but 20 minutes is actually kind of a decent amount of time. You can get a decent amount of cleaning done. But is it a lot? No, it's not a lot of time, but it's battery. It's battery powered. Anyway, that's it for that. Let's move on. All right, so let me try to summarize what we got here. We've got a pretty decent portable pressure washer, okay? I don't know how you're gonna really make portable pressure washers any better. This kit comes with a 40-volt battery, 2 amp hour. Really, the only way you could make this better is bigger or more batteries. That's really about it. I got, I'll put the number up here again. I still have to look. I got to go through all the video footage to see exactly how much time I actually got using this. I think it says, it gives a time in the manual of how much actual washing time you could get, but that really depends on what you're doing. If you're using the super high pressure nozzle on this, you're not going to get as much time because the motor's working harder. If you're just doing that shower spray thing, I'm sure you can get like an hour or two out of that, okay? So that all makes a difference. So for what I was doing, it did a pretty good job. Is this going to compete completely though with like a plug-in electric pressure washer or even a gas pressure? Well, definitely, you know, it's not going to compete with a high, like a 5,000 psi gas pressure washer. Is it going to compete with an electric pressure washer? Maybe on some things. By some things, I mean things that are fairly easy to clean. If you saw the video, it had some issue getting some basic moss type things off of the brick that I had. It's only got about 500 psi really coming out of this thing. So how are you going to compete with something that's pushing 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 psi? You're not. And then the battery's going to run out. Okay. Also, keep in mind, when I charged this, it was I think it was on one bar. There's 3 here. If you could see, I got it. When I got it, it was 1. And I charged it for maybe 2 hours. Came out here and I had 3 bars. So I thought, good. Well, the battery might not have been at 100%. So I'm just throwing that out there. The battery might not have been at 100% when I tell you the number of, the amount of time that I was actually using this to pressure wash. All right, so if you're looking to pressure wash an entire sidewalk, your deck, you're not going to want this, okay? That's not what this is for. This is for small things that you want to pressure wash, and especially if you don't have a hose that you can connect to. That is really what it's for. You want to clean some windows, you want to do small areas of siding, you've got a few bricks in your hardscaping that you want to clean off. If you maintain it more, which with this you probably will because it's just so easy to hook and connect up and start using, you'll probably keep things cleaner, then that's what it's for. So in other words, if you let things go like I have for a few years and things get all moldy, mossy, and dirt really cake, it's probably not going to clean that as well. And you're going to need an electric pressure washer. You're going to need something that's higher pressure and you can use for a long time. If you just want to wash your car, you want to do some basic pressure washing, you know, blow the dirt off your car first, put some soap in here, get a bunch of soap on your car, get your little wash mitt out, put it down, pressure wash the soap off. Yeah, you're going to be able to do it an entire car, no problem. Probably a couple times on one battery, not a big deal. It's nice if it's, you know, maybe wintertime, you want to get out there real quick. You can, here's the other nice thing about it. Because you have to use a bucket, what you can do is you take your 5-gallon bucket, bring it in the house, put some really warm water in there, bring it outside. You can get your car, get the wheel wells, get the wheels, tires underneath there. You know, that's a good use case for it. Another thing I was thinking, just this last summer, my nephew, we were using his grill out at a campground, and grill got all full of oil, everything like that. He brings his electric pressure washer along to spray the thing down, right? Clean it off before he puts it back in his truck. Good idea, right? Well, the issue was he didn't have a good water supply. He was trying to connect to a hose, an outdoor pump or something, couldn't get enough water. Well, with this, in a bucket, all you gotta do is fill that bucket up and use this, spray it down. That's pretty slick. For things like that where you wanna do some quick washing away from home, this, you know, you're not gonna beat this. You're gonna get more pressure than you can out of your hose, that's for sure. But you know, it's not going to go on forever. You're not going to compete with a pure electric pressure washer. So yeah, for the right use case, it's nice. It's nice, and it's not a lot of money at all. These things are it's under $100, that's for sure. So yeah, check it out. All the links below. Check my other video out on the electric pressure washer and whatever else is on my channel.